If you've ever been to Japan, or even heard stories about it, there's one name you have probably come across: Hachiko. But this isn't just the story of a dog. It's a story about love that refused to give up. A story about loyalty so powerful that it moved an entire nation. And it's a story that still brings people to tears nearly 100 years later. Imagine waiting for someone you love, not for a day, not for a week, not even for a year, but for nearly 10 years, every single day, at the same place, hoping they will finally come back. This is the unforgettable story of Hachiko, the dog who never stopped waiting. In November 1923, on a farm in Japan's Akita prefecture, a small puppy was born. At the time, nobody could have imagined that this tiny dog would one day become one of the most famous animals in history. A year later, the puppy was adopted by Professor Hidesaburo Ueno, a respected teacher at the University of Tokyo. The professor lived alone and quickly developed a deep bond with his new companion. He named him Hachiko. From the very beginning, the two were inseparable. They ate together, walked together, spent their days together. To the professor, Hachiko was more than a pet. He was family. And to Hachiko, Professor Ueno was his entire world. Every morning, something special happened. As Professor Ueno prepared for work, Hachiko would walk beside him all the way to Shibuya Station. The busy station was filled with commuters rushing to catch trains, but for Hachiko, only one person mattered: his owner. After watching the professor board the train, Hachiko would return home every afternoon. At almost the exact same time, he would come back to the station. He would sit patiently near the entrance, waiting, watching, looking for a familiar face among the crowd. And every evening, Professor Ueno would step off the train. The moment Hachiko saw him, his tail would begin wagging with excitement. Day after day, month after month, year after year, their routine never changed until one tragic day. On May 21, 1925, Professor Ueno left for work like any other morning. He patted Hachiko goodbye. Neither of them knew it would be the last time they would ever see each other. While teaching at the university, Professor Ueno suddenly suffered a fatal brain hemorrhage. He passed away before he could return home. The professor never made it back to Shibuya Station. But Hachiko didn't know that. That afternoon, just like always, he arrived at the station. He waited for the train. Passengers came and went. The crowds disappeared. The sun slowly began to set. But the man he loved never arrived. And still, Hachiko waited. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. Every single day, Hachiko returned to Shibuya Station. No matter the weather, no matter the season, whether it was scorching summer heat, pouring rain, or freezing winter snow, he came back again and again. People passing through the station began noticing the loyal dog. At first, many ignored him, and some even chased him away. But eventually, local shopkeepers and commuters learned his story and were deeply moved. They started bringing him food, giving him water, and protecting him, because everyone knew why he was there. He was waiting for someone who would never return, yet he never stopped believing. News of Hachiko's loyalty soon spread across Japan. Newspapers wrote about the faithful dog, and people traveled from distant cities just to see him waiting at the station. To millions, Hachiko became a symbol of devotion and unconditional love. In a world that was constantly changing, he remained the same: faithful, patient, and hopeful year after year. His remarkable story touched hearts throughout the country, and before long, Hachiko was celebrated as a national hero. For nearly 10 years, Hachiko continued returning to the station every single day. It was almost a decade of waiting, a decade of hope, and a decade of unwavering love. Then, on March 8, 1935, Hachiko passed away at the age of 12. The news quickly spread across Japan, and people mourned as if they had lost a dear friend. In many ways, they had. Hachiko had given the world something truly extraordinary: a loyalty so pure, so enduring, that it seemed almost impossible to believe. Today, a bronze statue of Hachiko stands outside Shibuya Station in Tokyo, where thousands of people pass by every day. Some stop to take photographs, while others pause quietly for a moment of reflection. But the statue is more than a tourist attraction. It is a symbol of something timeless. It reminds us that true loyalty exists, that love does not always need words, and that some of the greatest acts of devotion come from those who can never speak. Hachiko spent nearly 10 years waiting for someone who would never return, yet through that unwavering love, he achieved something extraordinary. He became immortal. And even today, nearly a century later, the dog who waited is still waiting. Hachiko's story touched your heart. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more incredible true stories from history. Before this video ends, I want to thank you for staying with me until the very last moment. I hope Hachiko's incredible story touched your heart as much as it touched mine. A dog who waited nearly 10 years for his best friend reminds us that loyalty, love, and devotion are some of the most powerful things in the world. Now I have a question for you. If you were in Hachiko's place, do you think you could remain that loyal for so many years? Let me know your answer in the comments. I read as many comments as possible, and I would love to hear your thoughts. Also, what kind of true stories would you like to see next on this channel? Would you prefer historical mysteries, unbelievable true events, inspiring human stories, stories about animals, or forgotten moments from history? Tell me below, because your suggestions help decide future videos. And if this is your first time visiting the channel, welcome. This channel is still growing, and your support means a lot. Every like, comment, and share helps these stories reach more people. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Mr. Shahzaib for more fascinating true stories from around the world. On my YouTube channel, you won't just find one type of story, you'll discover powerful and fascinating stories from every corner of the world. So far, you have watched unique and shocking stories like the world's dirtiest man, which makes you think deeply about how different human life can be. You have also seen the incredible history of Genghis Khan, a legendary ruler who changed the course of world history with his strength, strategy, and massive empire. Along with that, we explored the inspiring journey of Charlie Chaplin, a man who made the world laugh and cry without saying many words, becoming one of the greatest icons of silent cinema. And we also covered the story of Cristiano Ronaldo, a global football legend whose life is a perfect example of hard work, discipline, and never giving up, showing the world what dedication can achieve. The goal of this channel is not only entertainment, but also to bring you real, powerful, and inspiring stories that motivate you, teach you something new, and help you see the world from a different perspective. If you enjoy this kind of content, make sure to support the channel by liking, sharing, and subscribing. And don't forget to comment below and tell me what kind of stories you want next: history, mysteries, ports, legends, or other unbelievable true events. Your suggestions help shape the future videos of this channel.